Can you get arrested while riding a train, a surfboard in GTA 4, magic water properties, or how about the weird benefits of pop tires? All that and a whole lot more in today's episode on GTA 4 facts that I'm willing to bet most of y'all had no clue about. Let's get into it. You've probably had this happen before. After a wild police chase or smashing into half the city, your ride eventually just gives up. Engine's dead, ignition ain't doing squat, and the only move left? Ditch it and grab a new whip. Well, turns out you don't always have to swap cars. There are a few slick tricks that can magically bring your busted ride back to life. The wildest one? Fire truck water cannon. I'm dead serious. If your car's conked out and won't start, like ignition CPR ain't cutting it, look around and see if you're near a fire station. And if you really want that car back, grab the fire truck. For whatever bizarre reason, blasting the dead car with a fire hose brings it back to life. No joke, jump in after a rinse and boom, engine's purring again. Sure, a few more fender benders and it'll probably croak again, but you'll easily make it to the nearest paint spray. Now here's my theory. Maybe the game thinks the car's on fire when its health is super low. So when you hit it with water, it cancels the fire trigger, and in doing that, maybe it restores a few points of HP. That explains why even non-burning cars come back to life when you water them down. And honestly, it lines up. Sometimes a car with low health just dies. Other times, it catches fire right away. So this mechanic might apply to both cases. Oh, and here's a little bonus. While messing with this, I noticed a neat failsafe that Rockstar baked in. If your car's engine is smoking and barely holding on, holding the exit key, which normally makes Niko shut the engine off, won't shut it off this time. He leaves it running, probably so you don't accidentally kill the engine for good and get stranded. Smart move. However, the fire truck fix is mostly useful early in the game, before you unlock the phone call mechanics. Cause yeah, if you're sitting in a dead car and just call someone, the moment the phone rings, your car magically starts again. No warning, no explanation, just pure GTA wizardry. Alright, now let's talk about a little speed exploit. And this one's especially spicy because for some reason it only seems to work with the Infernus. At least it's the only car where I noticed a real difference. Here's the deal, if you pop both front tires on the Infernus, it'll start going faster. Yeah, you heard that right. Flat tires equals more speed. Don't ask why. GTA physics are a fever dream. I tested the same thing with the PCJ600, Super GT, and even the Blista Compact, which, fun fact, is a front-wheel drive. But nope, none of them gave me even a hint of that Infernus boost. No better speed, no worse. Now, in real life, yeah, that'd be an actual death sentence for your car. But in GTA 4, the Infernus goes into beast mode the moment you shred the front rubber. It's pure nonsense, but a cool fun fact. Next up, we've got a trick that actually seems kind of useful, but the situations where you'd actually use it are rather rare. Doesn't change the fact that when it does come in handy, it's a straight up lifesaver. So picture this, you're out here tossing grenades and then boom, you accidentally drop one at your own feet. Classic. Your first instinct? Sprint the hell away before Niko turns into a pile of hospital bills. But plot twist, there's another way out. Turns out, if you drop a grenade and regret it immediately, you can actually pick that thing back up. Just tap the E key like you would when picking up bricks, trash, soda cans, you know, all that junk you can hurl at people. It's the same mechanic from the mission Bull in a China Shop for Vlad, where you gotta bust the storefront window using a brick. Exact same system. Apparently, the game registers a live grenade as just another throwable object, which is wild, but it's not that good either. You can't do this in every situation. Take Chinese takeout from the Ballad of Gay Tony. There's this one guy who chucks a grenade at Luis. I figured it'd be the perfect time to use this move. Nope, tried it. Grenade's not pickable. Probably because it's scripted to hit a certain spot and go boom no matter what. So yeah, not all grenades are created equal. Still, now you know. If you mess up and drop one, you've got a second chance to not die, and the grenade's got a second chance to do something useful. Now the next fun fact. I enjoyed it a lot. People always say GTA 4's physics engine is a straight up masterpiece, and this little experiment right here absolutely backs that up, especially when it comes to water physics. So check it out. Over by the southern runway at Francis International Airport, there's this stretch of beach where you'll find some rusty metal sheets just lying around. Doesn't look like much, but with a little creativity and maybe a quick cheat to get the cops off your back, you can actually turn one into a surfboard. Alright, maybe not an actual surfboard, but like close enough. All you gotta do is grab a gun and start pushing the metal sheet into the water by shooting it. Any weapon that can nudge it forward will do. Once it's floating, you can stand on it, and that alone is a trip. But nah, I didn't stop there. I figured out how to actually make this thing move. Like, actually surf that junk. Here's how it works. First, use your character to swim the sheet a bit away from shore so the cops don't come swarming the moment you fire a shot. Trust me, they spawn right there and love to mess up the fun. Once it's in place, climb on and get ready for some DIY propulsion. Stand on the side of the sheet opposite from the direction you want to go. So if you're trying to head north, stand on the south side. Then take out a weapon, preferably something lightweight like an SMG or a 9mm. Nothing too powerful, or you'll end up back in the water very quickly. To move forward, shoot the middle part of the sheet on the opposite side from where you're standing. The impact dips that side into the water, and because your character's weight is on the other end, the whole thing glides forward. Or at least that's what my intuition tells me, cause I ain't no physicist. For best results, don't shoot right at the edge. Aim just a bit off center. It helps balance things out better and prevents the sheet from sinking too deep. Trust me, if it dips too much, you're falling off. And if you shoot too fast, same deal. So you always gotta wait for the sheet to level with the water before you shoot again. Also, with each shot, your character tends to slide backward a little. So make sure to readjust your position or you'll end up in the water. And yeah, falling off isn't the end of the world, just climb back on and keep it going. Wanna turn? Same deal. Shoot towards the corner of the sheet in the direction you wanna go. Wanna turn left? Shoot the left side. The thing tilts and boom, directional movement. I actually managed to ride that hunk of metal pretty far out, and man, it made for some wild screenshots. You don't see Luis Lopez just surfing rusty junk every day. This one's definitely a 10 out of 10 for pure chaotic fun. Alright, let's talk about some banger little details you'll catch in a place we've all spent a lot of time in. The safe houses. So first up, at Niko and Roman's spot in Bohan, there's a radiator. And if you shoot it, it starts spraying water, which honestly makes total sense. Radiators got water in them after all. Now sure, it's not exactly on the same level of polish as say the water barrels in Red Dead Redemption 2, where the water would pour out to match the level of the bullet hole. Here in GTA 4, you can unload your whole clip into this radiator, and that thing just keeps leaking forever. Apparently, the Bellic cousins got an infinite water supply in their apartment. Honestly, I feel like there's a business opportunity here. Slap a label on it, call it Belliquid, run some fake lab tests that say radiator water boosts stamina or whatever, and boom, instant Liberty City wellness craze. You just know there's a market of weirdos who'd start chugging gallons of that stuff and turn Niko into a hydration mogul. Anyway, back to reality. Move like 3 meters to the left and you'll see a little radio sitting on the counter playing some tunes. Try shooting that thing and after a few shots, it'll start to glitch out. You'll hear it sputtering and struggling. And if you keep going, the radio dies and the music's gone. Now that's already a cool detail, but wait, it gets even better at Playboy X's apartment. Instead of a regular radio, the dude's got a full-on stereo speaker setup. And this isn't just for show. Each speaker actually plays music independently. Blow one up, the music will only come out of the other. Take both out, silence. Another dope realistic detail. This time, it's all about the subway. Turns out, there's a whole set of interactions between the subway system and your current wanted level. For example, if you got a high wanted level, say 4 stars, the trains just stop showing up. Like, completely. Now, when I had a lower wanted level, the trains did still appear, but they just blow right past the station without stopping. But here's where it gets real spicy. Let's say a train actually pulls up while you're clean, and it stops like normal. But then you decide to start dropping cops on the platform, bumping your wanted level to 3 stars or higher, and hop onto the train. Guess what happens? Nothing. You're not going anywhere. The game hits you with a message saying the police have stopped the train. And the wild part? You could just sit there forever. The cops won't come in. They'll just stand outside dumping mags into the train. But you'll be completely safe. It's like you're untouchable as long as you stay seated. The moment you step out though, it's curtains. Oh, and here's a weird one. Try holding right click while inside the train, and the camera goes completely mad. I'm guessing it's some kind of conflict between the game's drive-by mechanics and the scripted subway system. Anyway, if any of you got theories about what's going on under the hood with this one, definitely let me know in the comment. Now, real quick, here's a little story-related detail that's easy to miss. So, after you whack Mikhail Foston in the story, if you try calling his number again, you'll actually get a voicemail from his wife. She's recorded a message letting anyone trying to reach him know that he's dead, and politely asking people to leave the family alone. Super subtle and super immersive. Take a listen.
This is Elena Faustin. If you are looking for Mikhail or wanting to collect on a debt, then please look elsewhere. My husband is dead. Show Anna and I respect by leaving us be.
Let's take a peek at a small leftover from GTA 4's beta days. So this one's about the ambulance vehicle. When you apply brakes, it leaves behind 3 separate tire marks on the asphalt. Front tires, rear tires, and then a mystery third track out of nowhere. It's not that hard to figure out. This clearly comes from an earlier version of the game where the ambulance probably had dual rear wheels, but in the final version, they swapped it to just a single rear tire on each side and forgot to update the brake effect. So now every time you stop, it's still acting like there's that extra set of phantom tires back there. As you probably know, one of the activities Niko can do when hanging out with his friends is hitting up bars around Liberty City for some drinks. Now, getting back home after a night of boozing, that's rarely an easy trip. On foot? Forget about it. Niko and his buddy will be flat on their face at the first curb or even just walking straight. Driving a car is tough but doable. But what's basically impossible is swimming. Honestly, I doubt many of us ever thought about Niko jumping into water drunk. But I did, and I don't recommend it. Turns out, Niko can't swim at all when he's wasted. Instead, he kinda just floats on the water in the most ridiculous pose you can imagine. Funny enough though, the controls still work. Pressing buttons will make Niko slowly move in the direction you want. It's super slow, but he does move. I don't quite get how that's even possible, since Niko doesn't make any real swimming motions to push against the current, but hey, it works somehow. Leave a comment if you want more GTA 4 facts, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're into this kind of content. I left some suggestions on the end screen for you, and for now, that's all from me. Take care.